Hello everyone, hopefully everyone's having a great day. Hey, thanks to those of you who have supported our channel. We're nearly up to 32,000 views and we're growing pretty quickly in a very short time. Now today, just doing a short video here outside. Just put the towel up on the line. As you will know, that we don't put any washing out in the line because of our environmental impacts on our property. It just absorbs into the clothing. So we're forced to do that inside, and obviously the drying off of the clothing inside. Now, as the reason why we've got that one towel in line is that we use it, it's coming up to the season of spreading agricultural chemicals and farm fertilisers and so on around our property, or certainly within that 500 metre zone. And with that being the case, we put a towel out in line every year just to gauge the direction of the wind. And we also wipe down the wheelie bin. Those of you people who have been following the channel will see those wheelie bins and the stuff that has landed on our wheelie bins, and also the windscreen of our car. So we wipe those down every day, nice clean surface, so that when I come outside I can wipe them over with a glove to see if anything hazardous or toxic has landed on our property and that is harmful to my health. So with that being as has been the case obviously in the past, and as I've documented partly on this channel. Now, with that being the case, we've got that out in the line there. We live in an extra high wind zone. We're up on a valley with two valleys either side, so it's multi-directional wind flows. It's not just one direction, so it's just one measure that we take on our property. That'll stay up there because obviously they're spreading those agricultural chemicals and farm fertilisers now. They'll continue to do that for many months. And with that being the case, the agricultural chemicals, the liquid stuff, has to be notified within 500 metres of our property. And that notification, thankfully, has recently been put in our letterbox. Hasn't been in the past, but it has now as an improvement, so we're really appreciative of that. But as for the powdered farm fertilisers and any fertilisers that release powder into the air, even granulated releases hazardous toxic fertiliser powder into the air, that can travel hundreds of metres, and as you've seen, come on our property. So by having the actual towel up, it gives us that wind direction to see what the wind direction is going, and also by wiping the windscreen over on our car every day and a wheelie bin, it tells me if there's any hazardous or toxic product on my property, and I'll record that and document it. But I'm forced to wear a mask outside all the time because I just can't afford to take any risk. So it's just Environment Southland at obviously Agrichemical, where they're based. They don't require any notification within a 500 metre zone for powdered farm fertilisers or any fertilisers that release airborne dust into the air, which can travel hundreds and hundreds of metres. They don't require any notification, which is crazy because I would have thought they'd have to take all practicable steps underneath the Health and Safety Act and the Health Act 1956. But nevertheless, they don't. They only require it for the liquid agricultural chemicals, but not the airborne powdered farm fertilisers. So they treat it basically the same as a chimney that you'd have from an energy-efficient log burner, which I think is absolutely crazy because fertilisers operate totally different, and even when they land on the ground, they can get resuspended in the air and travel in extent of 300 metres with the research that I'd provided Environment Southland with. So it's just contrary to, I believe, the Health and Safety Act. So big heads up for Environment Southland there. They need to make some improvements. It's just not good enough. Health and safety has to be taken as a practical step for everybody on their property to keep everyone safe, and they're just not doing it. As David Parker said, they're just not doing the job, and they need to improvements. You'll see that article on my YouTube channel about Environment Southland. And over many years they've just not made the improvements that's required. So with that being the case, we've got the towel up there now. You can hear the nice birds in the background, the windscreen's wiped and the wheelie bin's wiped, and we will continue monitoring that consistently and giving you an update, showing you in real time with what lands on our property. Hopefully this year there's nothing that will land on our property, but obviously prior years there has been, but we will monitor that on an everyday basis, use a glove, show you with what lands on our property, show you the wind direction, show you the footage, show you the evidence of